Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself walking past a shop window? Or maybe you saw a video of yourself at a family gathering. It's a shock, isn't it? Inside your head, you feel like you are still 35. You feel like you are striding with power and purpose. But the reflection tells a different story. Maybe you saw a slight hunch in the shoulders. Maybe your head was looking down at the ground. Maybe you noticed your feet weren't really lifting, but rather shuffling. We have a name for this in the medical field. We call it the senile gait. I know it is a harsh term. I hate it too. But here's the brutal truth that most doctors won't tell you during a 15-minute checkup. Walking is not just getting from point A to point B. Walking is a controlled fall. It is the most complex coordination of balance, strength, and neurology your body performs every single day. And if you are over 60 and you are just walking without thinking about how you are walking, you are likely doing damage with every single step. You might be grinding your hip joints. You might be compressing your lower spine. And worst of all, you are training your brain to be afraid of the ground. This fear leads to the shuffle leads to the trip, and the trip leads to the hospital. But it doesn't have to be this way. My name is Robert. I've spent decades analyzing human movement, and today I am going to prove to you that you have been walking wrong. But more importantly, I'm going to show you how to fix it. I am going to teach you the anti-aging stride. By the end of this video, you won't just walk differently. You will look 10 years younger from 100 yards away. Let's get to work. Before we fix the problem, we have to admit we have one. Why does walking change after 60? It's not just old age. It is a specific breakdown in 3 key areas. If you understand these, you can reverse them. The first breakdown is proprioception. That's a fancy word for body awareness. It's your brain knowing where your feet are without looking at them. As we age, the sensors in our feet get dull. We lose that feedback. So what do? We compensate. We start looking down at our feet to double check where they are. This brings us to mistake number 1, the head drop. The average human head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. When you walk tall, that weight is balanced perfectly over your spine. But the moment you drop your chin to look at the pavement, watching out for cracks or bumps, that 12-pound head starts to feel like 60 pounds of torque on your neck and upper back. This pulls your shoulders forward. It collapses your chest. It restricts your breathing. You think you are being safe by looking down. In reality, you are throwing off your center of gravity and making a fall more likely, not less. The second breakdown is in the hips, specifically the hip flexors at the front and the glutes at the back. We live in a seated society. We sit for breakfast, we sit in the car, we sit to watch TV. Our hip flexors get short and tight. They act like a brake cable that is always pulled. So when you try to walk, your leg can't swing fully behind you. You lose that beautiful long extension. Instead of pushing off with power, you end up just picking your foot up and putting it down. Pick up, put down. Pick up, put down. This creates the shuffle. You aren't propelling yourself forward, you are just catching yourself from falling. The third breakdown, the feet. Your feet are designed to be springs. They are supposed to absorb shock and return energy. But after decades of wearing stiff shoes and walking on concrete, the muscles in the feet atrophy. They get lazy. Instead of rolling through the foot, heel, arch, toe, push, we start landing flat-footed. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Every time you hear that heavy thud, that is shock waves traveling up to your knees and your lower back. If your lower back hurts after a 20-minute walk, I guarantee you it's not your back's fault. It's your feet. So how do you know if you are walking wrong? I want you to do a quick test with me right now. You don't even have to stand up. Just close your eyes for a second. Think about your last walk. Did you hear your footsteps? Were they silent like a ninja, or were they audible? If you can hear yourself walking, you are walking heavy. That's impact. Think about your arms. Were they swinging, or were they pinned to your sides, maybe holding a phone or shoved in pockets? The arm swing is the counterbalance to the legs. If your arms don't move, your trunk has to twist to compensate. That wears out the spine discs. And finally, think about your vision. Were you looking at the horizon, at the trees, at the rooftops, or were you scanning the sidewalk 6 feet in front of you? If you answered yes to the heavy steps, the still arms, or the downward gaze, you are suffering from defensive walking. You are walking defensively, trying not to get hurt. I want to teach you offensive walking, walking with intent. Fixing your walk isn't about buying expensive shoes. It's about conscious mechanics. We are going to rebuild your stride from the top down. There are 3 cues I want you to memorize. Write these down if you have to. Cue number 1, sternum to the sky. Forget stand up straight. That usually makes people tense up their shoulders. Instead, I want you to imagine there is a spotlight on your chest, right on your sternum. I want you to shine that light slightly upward. When you walk, lead with your heart, not your nose. This simple mental trick instantly stacks your spine correctly. It puts your head back over your shoulders without you having to force it. When your chest is up, your hips unlock. It becomes physically easier to swing your legs. Try it next time you walk to the mailbox. Shine your light. Cue number 2, show your soul. This is the cure for the shuffle. When you step forward, I don't want you to just place your foot. I want you to focus on the leg that is behind you. As you push off, I want you to imagine you are trying to show the sole of your shoe to the person walking behind you. This forces you to finish the step. It engages the glute muscle, your powerhouse. If you aren't showing your sole, you aren't walking, you're just falling forward. Push the ground away. Feel that squeeze in your backside. That is the engine that drives you up hills. That is the engine that keeps you youthful. Cue number 3, the soft landing. We need to stop the clump. Imagine you are walking on thin ice. You don't want to crack it. You must land gently on your heel, roll through the outside of your foot, and push off the big toe. Heel, roll, push. It should be fluid. It should be silent. Silent walking is strong walking. If you practice this soft landing, your knee pain will often vanish within weeks. Why? Because you stopped hammering the joint with every step.
Now, I know what you were thinking. Robert, that is too much to think about. Chest up, show the sole, soft landing. I'll trip just thinking about it. You are right. You cannot consciously think about all of this while taking a 30-minute walk. So here is the secret. We don't practice during the walk. We practice before the walk. I want to give you a 60-second gait priming routine. Do this right before you leave the house. It wakes up the nervous system so your body does it automatically. The marching soldier. Stand in your hallway. March in place. But I want you to exaggerate it. Lift your knees higher than normal. Swing your arms harder than normal. But here's the key. Keep your head perfectly still. Pick a spot on the wall at eye level and lock your eyes on it. Do not let your head bob up and down. Only the limbs move. Do this for 30 seconds. This tells your brain, okay, we are separating the movement of the limbs from the stability of the spine. It breaks that stiff, blocky movement pattern. After 30 seconds of exaggerated marching, open the door and just go. Your body will remember the feeling. Your stride will naturally be longer. Your arms will naturally swing freer. There is one last thing holding you back. It's not physical, it's psychological. It is the fear of looking foolish. You might feel like swinging your arms or walking with your chest up makes you look arrogant or like you are trying too hard. You might think, I'm 65, I should just walk normally. Let me tell you something. Normal for a 65-year-old in our society is frail. Normal is hunched over. Normal is slow. Do not aspire to be normal. When you walk with purpose, when you walk with the anti-aging stride, people don't look at you and think you look silly. They look at you and wonder, how do they have that much energy? They sense vitality. Changing your walk changes your chemistry. Studies show that walking with an upright, expansive posture actually increases testosterone and lowers cortisol, the stress hormone.
When you walk like a victim, you feel like a victim. When you walk like a victor, you feel invincible. So, tomorrow morning, you have a choice. You can put on your shoes and do the same old shuffle, looking at the cracks in the sidewalk, letting gravity pull you down into old age. Or you can stand at your door. You can shine your sternum to the sky. You can march for 30 seconds, and then you can step out into the world and glide. The sidewalk is your gym. Every step is a rep. Make them count. If you want to know specifically which shoes I recommend for this type of walking, because yes, the wrong shoes can ruin everything we just talked about, I have a complete guide on footwear coming up next. But before that, if you found value in this, if you are ready to fix your stride, do me a favor. Hit the like button, not for me, but to tell YouTube that seniors care about real health, not just gimmicks. And if you're feeling brave, try the marching soldier drill today and leave a comment below telling me how it felt. Did you feel lighter? Did you feel faster? I read every comment. I'm Robert, walk tall, and I'll see you in the next video.